Hey everyone, welcome to another YouTube video with exercisesforinjuries.com. My name's Kaya, a yoga instructor here, and we're going to be talking about some tips that you can use to sit comfortably in a yoga class, or even just when you're sitting on the floor. So that traditional cross-legged position, whether it's sitting on the floor watching TV or doing meditation or sitting in a yoga class, can be super uncomfortable for a lot of people, and that's often due to tight hips. So whether you're an athlete or you sit a lot, we probably got tight hip flexors, and that can lead to a lot of discomfort when we're sitting, because when our hips are tight, our pelvis can't sit in a neutral position, and when our pelvis can't sit in a neutral position, then our spine can't either, and that can lead to back pain while we're sitting and a lot of discomfort. So we're going to go through 5 different tips that you can use to sit more comfortably. Some of them are just modifying that traditional cross-legged pose, and then we're going to talk about a whole other posture that you can sit in. So the first tip I have is elevating the pelvis. So because the tight hips can lead to that non-neutral pelvis, by elevating the pelvis, so lifting the pelvis up, we can help bring our spine into that neutral alignment. So you can, if you're at home, you can use a pillow, you can stack blankets, stack them as high as you need to. Or at a yoga studio, if you've got yoga blocks, you can sit up on a block. Really whatever you find is the most comfortable and allows you to sit comfortably in a seat. The second thing is supporting the knees. So this can be done with more pillows or blocks. So and you can also combine it with bringing the pelvis up. But this is just if those hips or inner thighs are so tight that it's uncomfortable to have the knees out to the floor. We can just place a block or something underneath each knee and take that strain off of the hips and legs. Okay, number 3 on the board here is to use a wall. So you can keep those 2 first tips we talked about going as well. And then by sitting against a wall, and you can often do this in a yoga class if you get a place by the wall, putting our sacrum, our low back against the wall, and then our shoulders back. And it's going to be a lot easier to feel that neutral alignment in the spine, right? We've got our shoulders stacked right over our hips because they're both against the wall. And then my head can kind of just float here. It doesn't feel heavy, it's just floating on top of the spine. And as I said before, you can stack the pelvis and support the knees here as well. All right, so those are 3 ways that you can take that cross-legged position and modify it. But if that's still not comfortable for you, we're going to talk about kneeling. So this is a common one I see in a lot of classes for people that just aren't comfortable sitting cross-legged, especially for a long period of time. So kneeling, obviously shins on the ground, sitting on the heels, tops of the feet are flat on the floor. So if you feel this is too much tension in the ankles, you can place some blankets or a pillow underneath the shins, and that will take that tension off the ankles. If you feel it in the knees or both, to help with knees, we're bringing something between the calves and the thighs, because we're reducing that angle of flexion in the knees, so we're giving the knees more room. There's not as much tightness. Maybe you're feeling it over the tops of the knees, and we don't want to feel any sitting posture like this in the knees. We're not trying to stretch anything around the knee joint. So you can do both. You can place something under the shins as well as between the thighs and calves. If you have a block, you can also stack as many blocks as you need underneath the sitting bones, so underneath your bum, and then sit up on the block. So that's elevating the pelvis again, and that's also increasing that angle in the knee. So I don't have a high enough block, but if you're sitting up on a block, that's another option for kneeling. All right, and then my last tip there is to stretch the hips. So going to the root cause of it, if you can work on opening up the hips and the hip flexors, then that's going to make a lot of things more comfortable. So You can check out other YouTube videos we have. You can head over to our Facebook page, Healing Through Movement, and you can also check out exercisesforinjuries.com. We have so many free resources for you all to work on stretching out your hip flexors, as well as some products on the exercisesforinjuries.com shop. So definitely check out those resources. I hope that this was helpful and that you're able to sit more comfortably whenever you choose to. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.